Hey, good morning. It's Friday. Hey, happy Friday. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And I just realized this is our 1006th episode of the show. It's pretty interesting, fun world ride we're going on. And Fridays, we usually do a fun thing. Today, I want to talk about a simple test to see if your team is overcommitting, and it has to do with having fun. And we'll go through that process today. And also, we have Fortune Cookie Friday. If you saw the clip, that's going to be the thumbnail. Bubbles is checking out the fortune cookies. She's waiting now for us to open the fortune cookies. She's sound asleep. But welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here, and hope you have a great day as we go. So what we talk about here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show is Agile and Scrum in a very practical and tactical way. So you can bring value to your customer, not work crazy hours, and have a little fun along the way. And today's our fun day. Try to give different ideas for having fun, different ways to work with the team. And today is a little interesting. As I was thinking about what can I do, I wanted to do, it was a beautiful day out. I'm like, oh, but you know what? I can't stream live with all three things going out there at the same time. So I couldn't do a live broad. I could do a live later in the day or something like that. Just take a walk. Be a great fun thing on a beautiful day like today here in Philadelphia. But I was like, well, there's always trivia stuff. And I wanted to look at some stuff. There's all kinds of trivia games out there. Some cost money, some don't. And I want to experiment and see if there's any free ones out there that you can use as a team. So as I was thinking about this, I was like, but how does, I got these fun things. What am I doing? And then just recently did a sprint planning session. Kind of think the team overcommitted. I definitely know they overcommitted the first time, which is fine, is because I knew it was going to happen. And how do you get a team to understand they're overcommitting without some let me show you the velocity. I'm going to calculate capacity. And I'm going to figure all this accounting stuff out and give you metrics. Everyone's obsessed with metrics, tools, all this kind. I'm going to give you a simple tool. It tests the psyche, the mindset of your team. This is really simple. Guess what it is? Ask the team if they could spend a half hour a week or half hour sprint. If you have a 2-week sprint, if it's longer than 2 weeks, then I think you should do it more than once, but have a half hour of fun. We've talked about this before, how I had worked with a bunch of coaches. We would do a half hour thing. If your team is so busy, okay, here's the test. So busy they can't commit to having a half hour's worth of fun as they work during a week or during a sprint, then you're overcommitted. It's a simple test, right? And you can say, if you, and this is where you can talk about this and get this at home. If you are so full of work as a team or individual, or even in your personal life, to be honest with you, this applies to personal life too. Because I was thinking about that too. I said, God, this applies to my personal life. If you're so overcommuted and so busy doing stuff that you can't spend a half hour to have a little fun, play a video game, read a book, go for a walk, hang out with the kids, hang out with the significant other, your partner, whatever, and go do something for a half hour. In that case, I would do a little more than a half hour. But if you couldn't do that once a week, then you're overcommitted on stuff that isn't really need to be done. I mean, is it real? It's stressing you out, right? So I wanted to share that with you, and that's a simple test. Ask your team, what about doing a half hour every week and every sprint? And they say no, then you ask the question. So if you're that busy that you can't spend a half hour as a group to bond, to have some fun, just to burn some steam off, are you overcommitting? Are you committing to too much work, right? The opportunity is there. And one of the things I did on this recent contract with the company is I put in the statement of work a half hour of fun time with the team. So I made it part of the statement of work so that I can do it. But I was up front and said, I'm going to make this part, and here's how it is. Now, when they ask you, well, what's this fun? Well, helps us gauge how much commitment, how much overcommit we did. Now, if we said we want to have fun for 8 hours a day, I would say, well, we're way under committed, right? I'm just talking about a half hour of your schedule. You think about the values and priorities. If your team can't have fun for a half hour, way over committed. And with that said, I found a little game. I'm going to try it out. And here's one of the things I look for free. Okay. Because there's a couple programs out there that cost like 17, 24 bucks a month. If I'm using it a lot and I'm hosting a lot of teams, if I got 16 teams or whatever, and we want to use that, makes sense. But if you got one team, you're doing a retro or thing once, you're only doing 4 times, is it really getting that much money? It could be. It depends on the quality. So I found this one little one, and I want to try it out and share it with you. Let's see. There's a little picture of me. So I found this. Probably should hide my board. Show my bookmark there. Hide the bookmarks. I'm learning as we go how I might want to use this software as we do stream to share stuff on the screen as we're doing this. So again, I'm learning new capability here. So why not do it with a fun thing? So in this case, and I can play with the view, I can make myself bigger, make that smaller. But I think rather, that works, I guess. I think I like this better. Okay. So in this game, it's called funtrivia.com. So it's a free site. And one of the things I wanted to make sure, when you do these trivia games, you want it where everyone on the team has the same question. So what I did is I figured out that when you do get the game up here, you'll get the URL, right? You'll get this URL. You can email that URL or put it up on the screen and tell everyone, type in that URL. Email the base thing. I think it says quiz ID. I think that's what it is, the quiz ID number, and send it to everyone so they can take the quiz. So we're going to do this quiz live on the show. Never done it before. I got it on my phone. So I'm 1 and 2. And on here, I'm going to do, what's the most expensive property in British Monopoly? I'm going to say the Oval. And then on my phone, I'm going to put Park Lane. I have no idea. I never played British Monopoly, but okay. And this is funny. Substance invented in the University of Florida was also used by Bobby, inspiration to tackle the movie Waterboy. Coach Klein told Bobby Butcher that water sucks. Blank is better. What is the fluid? I'm going to say it's Gatorade. And I'm going to test it on here. And then here I'm going to say beer. Oh, Southern iced tea. Let's do Southern iced tea on the next one. And I wanted to make sure the answers on here that were on my phone were the same that are showing up on the screen. I don't know. We're going to try this out. What would you do with the savory duck? Wear it, shoot it, eat it. I'm going to say savory duck. I'm going to say eat it. I'm going to say take it for a walk on the other one. All right. There's 10 questions. Hobbies. Adventures. Visitors to fancy restaurant in Japan might dare try pufferfish, which can be deadly, poisonous if not prepared. By what name do Japanese refer to pufferfish? I think it's not Fiji. It's fugu. I think it's fugu. I'm going to put fugu. And I'm going to put Fiji on the other one. Or fubu. I'm going to do it with a B. All right. So I'm going to do a B on the other one. Hobbies. Which of these terms may be used when you roll 2 6s or on a pair of dice? Is it boxcars? I think it's boxcars. And on here, I'm going to call it locomotives. Number 6 question. Which of the following is a base form, not a board game? It's a base form, not a board game. Uno. I'm going to put Uno, and I'm going to put Monopoly. Now, you know what? I'm going to do Shakes and Ladders, but I think that's a board game too. These are kind of simple. This tasty meal is made pretty much of only meat, potatoes. It's technically a casserole. Most of it is pie. It's shepherd's pie. So these aren't bad. These are interesting. They're simple. It's not really a heavy think job. You don't want a heavy think job, right? Unlike vegetarian diet, a pescatarian diet includes one of meat. Which one is it? I think it's seafood. I'm going to put on this one. I'm going to put poultry on this one just to do it wrong. Just do it different. Maybe I should answer some correctly, the same one, but I'm going to answer this one if I got it. If you were given an Arbora Smoky, what would you expect to do with it? Eat it, ride it, kick it, ride in it? I don't know. I'm going to say ride it. I have no idea. I think it's a horse. Maybe. All right, last one. Bluebell is one of the most loved woodland flowers in England. Which month are they most likely to see the wonderful spectacle of bluebell flowers in full bloom? I want to say July. But you know what? I'm going to go up to one of these questions and I'm going to answer. I know number 7 is shepherd pie. So I'm going to change on my phone. I'm going to put shepherd pie on that one. And I know Uno on the other one's the right one for number 6. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to submit. I'm going to see what happens. Submit my answers. Okay. So your answer. So I hit that one. I'm going to hit submit on this one. See how it goes. Your answer, Park Lane. The correct answer is Mayflower. So they got that. So you don't necessarily you get correct answers. So when you get wrong ones, I don't know if you can see it, but you get wrong ones. There's some advertisements in it. I guess I should show what a wrong one looks like. I get correct answer. It doesn't add up points though, I don't think. 9. So here's one. I got 9 and 10 both wrong. So it just kind of shows which ones you got wrong. And the question's correct. So at the bottom says you scored. Okay, so you get a score. So on here, I got a score of 7 out of 10, 105 points. You're playing as a guest. So therefore, score not being saved. Create ID score save each day. So you can save your scores. But on here on my phone, let me get back into this mode. Ooh, so you can see I got a score on that one too. So this is not a bad little game to have. You can see how long it did it. I don't know how long it took us, but it probably took us about 6 minutes to actually run the game. So if you had a half hour and you wanted to take time, you can see how each person did in the score and everything. So it's a nice little fun game just to say, do something silly. Take her mind off the activity. Do a little competition. So that's a good example. So, funtrivia.com. I'm not sponsored by that in any way, shape, or form, but it was just something I found that didn't cost any money. Tried it. As you see, it's 10 questions. Yeah, it took 6 minutes. I kind of ran through it a little bit. Maybe give everyone a little chance to answer all the questions. And then in the end, you hit the submit at the same time. And you see who had the best score. Maybe you talk about the different answers as you go. There's not timed, so you can do a couple variations. I mean, like if we were to do it, you could like every time you answer, you won't know until you're all done. And people can debate why they picked what answer. You can do a couple little conversation things, but I would definitely cap it with a time just so you want to get going. If you had 10 questions, what, a minute and a half per questions gives you 15 minutes, then 15 minutes of fun, how to go. What do you know, anything else going on? Anybody want to try something new? Who wants to do the next one? So in that 30 minutes, you can introduce a game. You can get a volunteer to host the next game as an outcome of this game and figure out when the best time and put it on all your calendars. When do you want to do this next week or next part of the sprint? But again, if your team cannot play a 10-minute game, then they're way overcommitted. It's a simple test, no math, no agile accountant principles and all that. So it's easy to do. So speaking of agile accountants, because we're at the 15-minute mark, here's our fortune cookie for this week. Let's see what the agile accountants had to say to us about this week and this idea. So we're opening up the fortune cookie. We are seeing what the agile accountants have to say. Whoa, they probably wouldn't like the fun thing because there's no math in it. Except at the end when you get your scores. All right, we got that. We got the fortune. Should we do the lucky numbers? Lucky numbers for those 53, 19, 12, 50, 13, and 17. Those are your lucky numbers. I hope you win today. All right, here we go. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Okay? In a gentle way, you can shake the world. How much you think that would shake the people's mindset if you said, if you're not overcommitting, why can't you play a 10, 15-minute game as a group just to have a little fun, to take a break, to get that sanity check that what you're doing in life, in your team, at home, if you can't take a half hour once a week just to have a little fun, just let go, then you're way overcommitted. So I think a gentle way, and having fun is a gentle way. And if everyone says they're too busy to have fun, you're doing a gentle way to shake the world in their mindset that they're overcommitting too much. They need to take a break, right? You burn out. Don't want to do that. So that's a good thing. So in a gentle way, you can shake the world. Have fun. I hope you get to have some play a little game. Good example. Trying something on the show, trying to figure out how this software works and everything like that. Hope you enjoyed watching the activity on the side. And as I say it for the podcast people, I wish you the best. Have a great Friday. Happy and healthy scrumming, right? Take care. Bye. And if I could figure out where my mouse is, and we're gone. See ya.